If you've ever used a foldable, you know that split second of tension every time it snaps shut. You pause and wonder if something tiny just slipped between the halves. With devices like these, even the smallest particle in the wrong spot can turn into a costly mistake. Now it looks like Samsung is working on a way to remove that anxiety before it even starts. Early leaks tied to One UI 9 suggest Samsung is developing a feature called foreign material detection for its next foldables. This isn't a minor background tweak. The system is said to actively monitor for dust, dirt, or particles around the hinge, and if it senses something out of place, the phone may intervene before damage happens. According to those leaks, the device could prevent itself from fully closing and push a notification telling you to inspect the hinge area. Instead of quietly risking internal damage, it protects itself. In simple terms, the phone refuses to suffer because you didn't notice a speck of dust. And yes, there's reportedly an option to disable it, but considering the price of these devices, most users will likely leave that safeguard on. What makes this even more interesting is that the leaks don't revolve around a single model. They reference three separate devices: the standard Galaxy Z Fold 8, the Galaxy Z Flip 8, and a completely new entry called the Galaxy Z Fold Wide. The Fold Wide is the unexpected twist. Leaked design renders spotted by Android Authority show a device that looks noticeably different when closed. Instead of the tall, narrow look we've grown accustomed to, this one appears wider and shorter, almost passport-shaped. It's a distinct shift from Samsung's familiar foldable proportions. Meanwhile, the Fold 8 and Flip 8 seem more refined than reinvented, with slightly softer edges and subtly rounded corners. The adjustments are understated, but the wide model feels like a deliberate experiment, suggesting Samsung may be exploring alternative form factors in a serious way for the first time in years. If you've followed foldables since the beginning, you already know the recurring criticisms. Battery life has been acceptable but rarely impressive. The crease still catches light at the wrong angles, and the S Pen support quietly disappeared from the Fold 7. For a long time, it has felt like the category was close but not complete. That's why 2026 could represent more than a routine refresh. Reports indicate Samsung may be splitting its foldable strategy in two, positioning one model to directly compete with Apple's first foldable iPhone, expected the same year. This doesn't feel accidental, it feels intentional and carefully timed. At CES 2026, Samsung Display presented what it described as its first truly creaseless foldable OLED panel. They even placed it beside the panel from the Galaxy Z Fold 7 for comparison. Observers noted a visible difference: cleaner, smoother, and far less dominated by a central crease. If that exact panel finds its way into the Galaxy Z Fold 8, it could finally shift the first impression when you open the device. But a better display alone won't close every gap. The Fold 7 delivered strong performance and slim hardware, yet its battery life and camera system remained areas where expectations were higher. Now, reports point to a battery increase from 4,400 mAh to 5,000 mAh in the Fold 8. That's not incremental. It meaningfully changes how the phone fits into daily life. Less micromanaging percentages, more confidence through a full day of work, streaming, multitasking, and everything else these devices are built for. There's also mention of a new internal approach: laser-drilled metal plate technology within the display structure. The purpose is clear: reduce the crease further without increasing thickness or sacrificing durability. If successful, opening the Fold 8 could feel closer than ever to unfolding one continuous surface. And then there's the S Pen. Samsung removed stylus support from the Fold 7 to achieve a slimmer profile. Now, leaks suggest the Fold 8 may reintroduce the S Pen in a redesigned format compatible with a thinner chassis. If that materializes, this won't just be another foldable. It becomes a serious productivity tool in a compact form. All of these developments arrive as Apple reportedly prepares its own foldable iPhone using comparable display advancements. Samsung understands what that means. After years of refining hinges, durability, and design, competition is about to intensify. The Galaxy Z Fold 8 doesn't look like a simple upgrade. It looks like preparation for a defining year.